Excuse me. Hi. Oh boy, that might be an issue. That is an issue. Yay. I have one birth control from this month that I forgot to take, so that's just going to be the one that I'm going to leave off for today because I just realized I don't have any more. Mom. Excuse me. Oh, that was fun. My mom is now like sighing, rolling her eyes and laughing at me because I only have one pill left. Lovely. Dana. What are you doing? No, I'm not trans. I'm a woman. Thank you for asking. Love that for myself. Smash? Nothing, so me. I think I'm good. I don't know what that is, but it's gonna die. No, I'm not using my hoodie. Use my shoe. Well, I don't know where it went, but I hit it. Yes, I do. Who in the heck are Boogie is Chris? And what's up with the, filter? I just posted 8 ropes to that. I don't know what that means. Mason's inappropriate. Y'all need to chill. She is a minor. I am a minor. Good job. Where's my phone charger? Excuse me, princess. You're in my... Move, dog. Your fat booty out of my way. That's not my charger. Those are all my rings. That's my pocket knife. It's fine down here, actually. That goes in there. Phone charger. Phone charger. For how long, though? For how long? For what? Can you invite me up, please? I don't know what that means, bro. What do you mean invite you up to the live? I'm still confused. Okie dokie. Hi, Jay. Okay, I'm gonna set y'all on my bed real quick. Oh dear Jesus, parkour. We finna rearrange my bed real quick. Stay. The struggle. Oi. Not me using a flashlight to do one of my paintings. Smart. Put you right up here for a second. Stay. Stay. What in the mother has loosened in my sitting room? Oh, this is toasty, bro. Guess I left that on. Oops. Y'all are just gonna be smothered with things for a moment in time. Yeah, the struggle. The struggle do be real, y'all. We made it. I officially redid my bed. It took up way too much time and way too much energy.
mom's said surgery, and because I'm recovering from surgery, I can only paint for short periods of time because I have to rest or whatever. Listen, after playing hours of Sims, watching all 4 Shrek movies, and building several Lego sets with my kids, I was bored. I wanted to paint, so I did. Anyway, recovery is going great. I mean, half of my mouth is paralyzed, so I kind of have a lisp, and I can't feel my eyelid. I'm also in a lot of pain, but I'm painting. And I think I might work on some more outlining soon to break up the monotony of lava blob background and sun rays. But I'm really excited about the outline because I think it's going to pull the whole thing together. And I really love creating the lava blob background, but it is time consuming because I hadn't originally planned to have any sort of gradient in the background, but I simply can't help myself. And now that I've been working on this mural for almost 14 whole months, I feel like I can safely say that I'm going to be done with this mural by 2026, 2027 at the latest. Remember that time I said I was planning to...
Here's what a new gutter system should cost, including gutters, downspouts. Come on, Mike, you gotta stay awake. I will let somebody call for somebody unconscious. Yes, he just keeps falling asleep no matter how many times I try to wake him up. Okay, do you know if he took any drugs? Absolutely not. He would never do anything like that. Oh, okay, what about any alcohol? I mean, I don't know. Not that I know of. I just don't understand why this is happening. Are these his Ambien? Yeah, he just got those the other day to help him sleep. You know, I think we're good here. Perfect. Come on, Mike.
You don't know pain if you haven't had this in your mouth. You gotta twist the key every night at 8 p.m. Like that. It hurts so.
As an orthodontist, I can tell you that's just not true. You can also turn it at 7 p.m. too.
You don't know pain if you haven't.
Charleston chewies from 69. Straight from the South Carolina low country. This recipe looks like a heart attack. First we melt some butter. How much? A cup. Oh, but y'all liking this out? Butter. This is good butter. 2 cups of brown sugar. 2 cups of flour. Salt. A quarter teaspoon of fruit powder. Tiny. Get it. Don't confuse this with the Charleston Chew, which is a candy bar for people with good taste. Nor is this the Charleston, which was a TikTok dance before TikTok. Ask your grandfather's grandfather about it. If you don't, you'd have to dig it up. It'd be kind of soupy. 2 cups of pecans. I used to say pecans before I was bludgeoned with a shoe in New Orleans, Louisiana. I now say pecan. Which went 9 by 9. That's too much. Rub flat. Rub anything. Whose grandma's out rubbing stuff? $3.50 for 45 minutes. Wow. Crispy on the outside. Looks to be fudgy on the inside. The cracking recipe is what this is. It's so good it's in danger of becoming my dinner. Charleston.
Last week, I killed our queen. Sadly, she was raising some really mean and defensive bees, so today we're going to give our bees a new mama. This will be our first mark queen, and green is the color for 2024, so that we can keep better track of our queen's age. We first inspected the entire hive to make sure we removed all queen cells. After about 5 days, there will be no viable eggs for the hive to turn into new queens. Yes, bees can pick any egg and turn it into a queen with the right amount of attention. We ended up removing about 12 fully capped cells, which will help our new queen step into the hive without any competition. Right off the bat, our bees seemed to really like her, so we stuck her little cage to a frame and popped her back in. Currently, the bees won't be able to get access to her until they eat the sugar fondant, which will allow her pheromones to go throughout the hive so that they can get to know her a little bit better before they meet her. And we placed the cage sideways for a reason. If you place it upright, the fondant could melt and kill her, and if you place it down, a dead attendant bee inside the cage could block the exit. But now that she's in, we will come back in about 2 weeks and see how she's getting along. Hopefully we'll see lots of eggs and extra bees. Last week, I killed our queen.
Okay, why did you kill the queen though?
My name's Emma Waltbank and I'm 25 years old. I went viral for looking like Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter. No, but why is it some girls look really sexy with their hair slicked back and I look like Draco Malfoy? Not only do I look like Draco Malfoy, I also actively look like the actor who played Draco Malfoy. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to show you. Last year, it was a trend to turn yourself into the other gender, and this is what I got. For reference, this is what Tom Felton looks like now. I made a video about it, and everybody commented on it. Oh, wouldn't it be really funny if somebody put Tom Felton through the same filter and he looked like you if he were a girl? Well, somebody did, and this is what Tom Felton looks like as a girl. Do you recognise her? At this point, I think I've just got another variant in the multiverse. Like the Sylvie and Loki of Harry Potter. That is just me. So it's unescapable. I'm going to retire from life because Draco Malfoy has ruined mine. My name's Emily. The grapes that thrive on the vine.
O.J. Mariano's on his way. Told me that the man of my dreams would be just
The grapes that thrive on the vine.
O.J. Mariano's on his way. Told me that the man
I can't tell if I'm able to laugh at something. Some girl saying she's complaining of leg cramps after 12-hour shift at the hospital. God fixing the problem by paralyzing me in a car crash the next shift.
Welcome
Welcome to another bonding session with my feral guinea pig who absolutely cannot stand me for some reason.
Your feral guinea pig
He's
that
so
can't
stinking cute. He's just
stand
so
you?
bad. He let me kiss him without him biting my face. I wonder if he will lay with me. I'm confused. I think he's planning, like, my death or something, because there's no way he's being this good right now. What are you plotting? Don't do it, Reggie. You're making me nervous. Ow! See, this is when it starts to go downhill. Ow! This is when it starts to go down.
Guess where I am? I'm back in my room. I missed it so much. Oh my gosh. Guys, we're bringing the disco dumps back. We're back, baby. Damn, my deck got foy-doy. Guess that's what I get for not using a clear coat. Charlie the Cheeto, I'm back. I missed my living room, and
Charlie
I'm
the
still
Cheeto.
watching my Carly, so that didn't change about me. The Mouse House, Jiminy, what? It's still your birthday? Bro, you've been milking this shit for way too long now. Damn, these sticky tiles are really holding up good. Okay, I take back what I just said, because girl, what was going on with this? I missed my kitchen so much. I'm not moving back, I'm just visiting. Try to make as many videos in my room as I can before I leave, so stay tuned, because maybe...
Oh my god! Get ready with me to look older than I am for the club with the strictest security in LA. Starting with brows, because I feel like the darker they are, the older I look. I need to get in no matter what, but my older friends told me it's going to be extremely hard and challenging since no one without an ID could get past the security. But they've heard someone succeeded before, but they don't know how and which ways work. Why I want to get in so much is because that's where I could talk to older people and guys, because with most of them my age, we just don't have things in common. And it's like the coolest place in the whole city. Now I really need a super snatch jawline. I did this once for a 21 plus party and it worked, but this is so much harder because this place has the most security in the whole city. Okay, the hardest part now are the eyes. I feel like the heavier it is, the higher the chance of me going in is. Do you guys like having friends older than you or your age? Just let me know because I really want to see. And what's gonna bring this together is the red lip. Wait, no, heavy eyes and lips, that's too much. This is better. I'm gonna go change my outfit and I'll see you guys soon. Get ready.
Has anybody ever been to the ER? You? Yeah? But you recently?
Not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
What the fuck do you mean not yet?
What do you plan on doing tonight, man? Who went recently? What you going for? Okay. Alright. And? They took out your what? They took out your gallbladder? Oh shit! See, this is why you can't call it women. It's always real. You can't ask women why they have pain. It's always something fucking really serious. You ask the guy, he's like, I have stomach pain. Why? I juice. Well, I'm glad you're okay. How long ago was that? 3 weeks ago? Put the fucking beer down, girl. What is that?
Put the fucking
Oh,
beer
it's
down.
water. It's a liquid death. Has anybody ever been to the ER? Has anybody ever been to the ER?
Balls.
I'm about to go to the eye doctor, so I'm going to put on some eyeliner so that he thinks I'm hot, because apparently I need that from everybody for some reason.
He said I have rapidly degenerative glaucoma and I'm going to go blind in 3 months.
I'm about to go to the eye doctor, so I'm going to put on some eyeliner so that he thinks I'm hot, because apparently I need that from everybody.
Well then.
Will your canine let you attack a little kid? Let's find out.
I'm gonna teach you a lesson for being a weak little brat. Okay. Hi, sir. Did you call 911? It burns down there. Cool. Is that why you called 911? No, I called because he's been nonstop talking about his heated nether regions like crazy for the last few hours. It's like a stream of fire coming out from my crotch. To be honest, ever since he got diagnosed with that bladder infection, he's been acting stranger and stranger. Last week, I went for a really long jog. Holy crap, dude, he's burning up, man. He's probably septic. So, what you're saying is we probably should have picked up those antibiotics last week. I feel like I'm peeing lava. Yeah, that probably would have been smart.
The way we talk about our bodies is the way our kids will learn to talk about theirs. My kids walk around the house flexing their little baby muscles telling me how strong they are. Why? Because I work out every day, and when they ask me why, I say because I want to be strong. I'm a little strong. I can do push-ups. Anyway, the other day, my partner's looking at art from a video game, and he gets to a picture. My littlest daughter says, Mom, that's what your belly looks like. While I didn't love that,
She was right. I knew the way I chose to respond was important. Because even though I don't like my belly, she didn't make that comparison to insult me or hurt my feelings. She just made an observation. If I responded in a negative way, that's rude. I don't look like that. What am I really telling her? That it's not okay to look like that. It is okay for bodies to look anyway. My personal insecurities don't change that. My daughter has told me so many times that she loves my soft, squishy belly. So this is how I responded to her. I said, huh. Kinda, because I refuse to teach my kids to be critical of their own bodies. Instead, I teach my kids that bodies can look a whole lot of different ways, and they're all beautiful. When we talk about our bodies.
Here's something you can make in case of an emergency.
Oh, look what I just drew. How did you do that?
What's something you've experienced that most people never will? I got a girl pregnant about 9 years ago, and when I tried to see my daughter, she fought me every step of the way. No one believed me when I would tell them what was happening. I recorded every phone call and interaction we had for years. About 4 years ago, my daughter was taken from her mother by DHR for felony child abuse and placed with her grandparents because the mother told them I wasn't in the picture. When I went to DHR and they realized what was going on, they finally placed my daughter with me. After about a month, the mother and the grandparents decided they were going to come get my daughter at all costs. The next morning, they tore my front door off the hinges, assaulted me in my home, and kidnapped my daughter out of her bed. After I called the police, a statewide manhunt involving city, county, and the FBI began for my daughter and the 4 family members that broke into my home. They had driven in 2 separate cars and took 2 separate routes away from my home. About 12 hours later, all 4 had been arrested and extradited back to the city I live in. Fast forward about 2 years. All 4 of the group are now convicted felons. I now have full custody of my daughter, and life is pretty awesome. Definitely a unique experience, I think.
Everybody knows Layla is not a regular cat, but I want to present to you guys some reasons Layla would never survive in the wild. If there's nowhere in a room near me where Layla could be eye level, she'll just jump up on my shoulder. Perfect segue into the next segment, though. These things right here, given the chance to end world cat hunger or just get one extra lick of these things, Layla would pick this every single time. What she does for them is crazy. She will stand straight up, 2 legs just kicking it. Look at this right now and tell me there is a thing in this world she deems more important. This is a more recent food-related one. If I put a little food in Layla's bowl, she'll stop eating if I walk away. She likes for me to pet her throughout her whole meal. Watch if I walk away. There is still food in that bowl. And when I come back, she's eating again. Layla likes to get tucked in, and I don't want to break her heart, but there are no blankets in the wild. That walk right there. Layla walks like she's happy, but she also happens to make so much noise whenever she steps. For such a little girl, she walks so loud. She was absolutely born to be an indoor cat. Girly.
How long until...
This is my new cardboard bed. If you're new
Cardboard
here, I just
bed.
moved into this new office space, and I needed a place to crash for when things get really busy. So I saw this ad pop up for this brand Yono, and they make these cardboard beds. My immediate thought was, how sturdy are these? Like, can they handle the normal bumps and movement that a normal bed frame does? Today, we're gonna find out. Kind of hard to move. I just read that cardboard beds were used by athletes in the Olympics in 2020. They said that those beds will be able to withstand the weight of a single person to avoid situations beyond sports. Whoa. Okay, so the bed looks okay, I guess. If it holds me okay, it'll be nice because I can just fold it up and put it in the closet when I'm not using it. But let's really get on this thing. First, we'll do the lay down test. Oh, it is comfy. Let's like roll around a bit. Let's jump on it. Yeah, it feels good. You know, this was $150. I bet they're making them for like 30 a piece, if that. Shipping this is probably the most expensive part.
Grooming my disabled toucan. Due to arthritis and other age and mobility related issues, she is unable to groom or preen herself. Using a soft toothbrush and warm water, I gently scrub and remove excess fruit and residue from her beak. I gently scratch away what I can with my fingernail. I finish off with the toothbrush, and you can already see how much cleaner it's looking. Next, I moisturize the beak with coconut oil. Because she can't use her feet normally, her beak has become dry and flaky. Under normal circumstances, a toucan would live in a humid environment and obsessively scratch and rub their beak to remove old keratin. Because she can't preen herself and maintain her feathers normally, I also help to find pin feathers, or feather sheaths that need to be removed. When a toucan preens itself, they get oil on their beak produced by a small gland at the base of the tail. I get some of this oil on my fingers and rub it on her feathers manually to keep them sealed, moisturized, and protected. Last, her medicine to help with inflammation and pain for arthritis, and some blueberries for being such a good girl.
One of my favorite things to do when I'm making bath bombs is to take one mold and use it for something completely random that it's not supposed to be for. And one of my followers gave me the most...
Your power is only one.
Every night I wake up to my wife shaking my arm and saying, John, do you hear that? What was that? And I always have to say, it's nothing, don't worry about it. But last night we definitely heard something, so I need to check if there's been any activity up in this hot attic, which I really don't like doing because we've spent enough time doing almost everything we can to keep pests out. And while I'm fairly confident our attic's clean, it's like telling a kid there's no monsters under the bed. They won't believe you until you check yourself. So to address this, I'm installing a couple of TP-Link Tapo MagCam battery cameras because these are pretty affordable. And this will allow us to routinely check the attic and ensure there's nothing new up here. Additionally, I need to fix a leaking duct to stop the hot attic air from seeping into our bedroom because that could have also been contributing to our lack of sleep. I've been searching for an affordable way to monitor these hard to reach areas, but I was worried about the camera's ability to see in the dark, and look at that. There's absolutely no issue with the night vision in a pitch black space. But we also hear noises outside at night, and because these come with a magnetic base, I can easily attach one to our metal shed, and this gives us a perfect view of our house and our entire backyard, ensuring we won't miss a single thing. Every night I wake up.
How do you covertly measure your girlfriend's ring size? We were window shopping in a department store. I said I was going to the bathroom, but made a quick detour to the jewelry section. I told the girl working there that I wanted to buy an engagement ring, but I didn't know my girlfriend's size. Would she help me out? She said sure, she'd be happy to help. Go back to my girlfriend. And as we're wandering around, we come to the jewelry section. The clerk I'd asked for help came over with the usual, "Can I help you with anything today?" Girlfriend says we're just looking. The clerk, though, starts recommending some items in fashion now. Necklaces, bracelets, then rings. She picks out a ring she thinks would look great on my girlfriend. Here, why don't you try it on? Girlfriend admits she doesn't know her ring size. Clerk pulls out the sizing tool, gets the size, with me watching, and then lets her try on a ring of that size. More idle banter. Then, as my girlfriend, tired of browsing, we moved on. I looked back and mouthed, "Thank you so much," to the clerk, and she mouthed, "Good luck. How do you..."
My sister-in-law ignored our wedding motif and wore a dress completely different from our wedding theme. Now she's complaining because she looked so out of place and almost washed out in all photos. I got married to my husband this July. Our wedding theme was very court. We only invited close family and friends and asked that they wear jewel-toned dresses and suit jackets. The wedding was in a sort of forest. We also took photos with almost everyone, not just the wedding party, which only consisted of a best man and a maid of honor. My sister-in-law shows up in a blush pink dress and her boyfriend in a cream suit jacket. She thought that would make her pop, I guess. She is an attention seeker, by the testimony of everyone but her mom. The joke was on her, up, I guess. She is an attention seeker.
Hi, I'm trying to dye my hair back to its...
Everyone, not just the wedding party, which only consisted of a best man and a maid of honor. My sister-in-law shows up in a blush pink dress and her boyfriend in a cream suit jacket. She thought that would make her pop, I guess. She is an attention seeker, by the testimony of everyone but her mom. The joke was on her. My dress was gold and shimmery, and my husband was in an emerald green jacket. Also, I was wearing a full-on crown, no mistaking who the bride was. When the photographer asked me if she should Photoshop them a bit, to make them blend in more, since we went with a dramatic photo style that emphasized the deep jewel tones and the darkness of the forest. My sister-in-law...
I get stung all the time. My most asked question is, why aren't the bees stinging you? Bee stings are just a part of my job. If I decide not to wear protective gear, then chances are I'm getting a sting or 2. Or 10.
She's trying so hard to get her stinger out.
Sometimes a bee will sting me on accident, just like in this video.
It's barbed, so she's trying to wedge out her stinger.
Once in a while, I will see a honeybee change her mind and try to unwind her stinger from my skin.
Another queen? No, it's just a bee, and if she stings me successfully, she'll die. Oh, she'll die now, so her abdomen comes out. And you can see it's pulsing the venom in. Can you see it?
If the bee is lucky and her barbed stinger did not go too deep into my skin, she can be successful and release her stinger and save her life. Unfortunately, that was not the case with this bee. I mean, Mommy.
Today, I'm making my sister's gender reveal.
This is insane. You're telling me when I proposed to you, I had to say your entire full name. Covert, Ho'oipo, Amek Makalani, Onella Kahukulani Vincent. Anna.
You got it.
How do you even spell that?
It's ready.
You were never gonna know the day I proposed to you. It's gonna be out of nowhere.
I know you're ready now.
No, stop it! This is...
3 80s and 90s phone hacks that all Gen X kids knew. This first trick only worked if you had call waiting. If you wanted to talk on the phone into the wee hours of the night, you would tell your friend to call you at an exact time. For example, 11 p.m. So at a 10:59, you would pick up the phone and you would call the phone number for time and temperature. And then your friend would call you at exactly 11 p.m. While you're listening for time and temperature, you would hear the phone beep and then click over. Your parents wouldn't hear the phone ringing, so you could talk to your friend all night long. Second trick, you could unplug the phone in your parents' room and all the other phones in the house. Or silence the ringer. The reason I unplugged the phone is because my parents knew about the silencing the ringer trick, and they would check the ringer before they went to bed. How dare they not trust me? Number 3, let the phone ring once, and then you could call your friend back. So your friend would call you when the coast was clear on their end. You would hear the phone ring one time, and then chances are your parents would answer it, and nobody would be on the other line, and they thought it was just a wrong number or something. But that was the cue to call your friend.
So.
These oysters have been growing black pearls inside of them for over a year by now. Let's see what we can find inside. Pliers are used to create a slight opening to gain access to the inside of the oyster. A small incision is then made to remove the pearl. This is a beautiful Tahitian black pearl with a strong green coloring.
My daughter recently decided she no longer wanted the wire deer head I bought back in the day as part of her nursery decor. Instead of throwing it out, I thought we'd give it new life. First, I'm gonna grab my trusty linen, I love this yarn, for the antlers. And then we need to grab a tan color for the body. And it is way up here to the tippy top of my yarn wall. Have no fear, Spider Mommy to the rescue. Don't worry, I am a professional. Don't try this at home. Grab my trusty H crochet hook. This one's Clover Moore brand, 10 out of 10, recommend. I'm gonna start with the linen yarn.
Is that your spot? Ow. No, it's not. Ow. It's not. Your spot is 2 down. Is your name Louise? And they get fish oil. Bobby is the exception. He gets, plant-based oil because he has IBD. Probiotic powder. Luis has been having diarrhea. And he gets chicken hearts. I cut him because this one is kind of hard. To your spots. Yes, you're there almost. Lou, you're not gonna eat? What do we say? Oh, good boy, Robbie. How about you, Sven? Any manners? Okay, there you go. Is that your...
Hi, I'm trying to done. Want a pistachio? What's this called? What's this made of? What's this called? Is it the stem? Not to catch the bug. Put it in the bucket. No, the bucket. Dog. What's this? It's a bug. A bigger bug and a smaller bug. Jesus Christ. Plant. What's this called? Oreo. What's this called? Plant. What's this made of? Glass. What's this called? Ball. What's this called? What's this called? It's a barrel.
So your back just locked up out of nowhere? Yeah, man. Yesterday I turned 40, and this morning I wake up, bend over to tie my shoes, and bam! I'm stuck in the half-mast position, screaming in pain. Man, that really sucks. But speaking of screaming in pain, you know we have to carry you all the way downstairs, right? I know. And you live on the 3rd floor. I know. You want me to give you some pain medication to take the edge off? Nah, man. I can take it. Is he gonna be okay? Yeah, he'll probably pass out from the pain halfway down.
You guys know how feral Prince gets in the forbidden cupboard? Someone sent us unbreakable shot glasses to our P.O. box. We gotta let Prince try to break them.
Laura, you called me a him and I am a her. I'll be anything you want me to be, baby girl, if you keep sending me shit. The 2 favorite sounds in the whole world are glass shattering and children screaming. Disappointing. You know what? It's okay, y'all. If we don't succeed the first time, we gotta fucking try again. But why would you catch it? That defeats the whole purpose of me trying to break them. Okay, that second one didn't shatter either, but we still got a few more of these hoes to try. This one's putting up a real fight. Just fucking let it happen. I swear to God, if you keep catching me.
It's midnight. I just got off the graveyard shift, so let's see what the house looks like. Doesn't smell like poop in here. It's 12:21. Let's see what we can do in an hour. But that was it. It's on my hand. There must have been poop on this towel. Okay. Let's just dump it on here and deal with it another day. It's 12:33. We're making pretty good progress. I don't like going to sleep with the house a complete wreck. I feel like the next day I wake up and just get 10 times worse. Alright, it's 12:40. I'm so tired of these locks. I'm at the point where my eyes are starting to feel kind of heavy.
Ow, I just wiped my nose
I
piercing.
give myself like 20 more.
Damn.
Sheets. 1:18, we finally finished. It's time for... It's...
Can you guess what expired? My Omnipod. We are going to deactivate this one. Here we go. Guess who also got a fresh supply of Omnipods in the mail today? Me. Yeah, I still had a lot left. Let's actually go see how many we have left when we grab a new one. We have 3, and technically now 2 because we're gonna use this one. First, we gotta take the Omnipod actually off of my arm, so there we go. Also just had dinner and my blood sugar is going to 10.3. You probably know what we need now. Insulin. Let's get this brand new Omnipod out. I'll probably put away these like tomorrow or something. How many air bubbles are we gonna have today? Probably 10 million. How many do we want? None. Is that gonna happen? No. All right. It's gonna beep when it hits 80 units. There we go. Those were the beeps. We made it to 80. All right, all right, all right. Put the cap on. There we go. Here we go, everybody. I just started it. 1 click, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't hurt. Ooh, probably because I don't use that spot often. Can you guess what I...
People always ask me where I can get a cat like this, and I never respond because really, you shouldn't. Even I, who's at home the majority of the time, making videos with her does not have enough time for her. She has so much more energy and need for attention than my tabby cat, Nala, and it is just about impossible to satisfy her. During the summer, she's constantly crying to go outside, and putting her in my fenced courtyard is not enough because she wants to get out and explore. And a cat like this needs to be on a leash. I can play with her on the cat wall until she's panting and lays down, but the moment that she's taking a breather, she's ready for more, and makes it almost impossible to get any work done at many times during the day. You see, when I'm working on the computer, she will poke her claws right into my back just to get my attention. She will also sink her claws into my foot or my leg just enough to make it unbearable. And if you think ignoring or pretending not to notice will cause her to stop, think again, because she's way too smart for that. I got one of those cat wheels hoping she would blow off steam on her own, but she never took to it and really prefers active play instead. So if you're asking me without doing the...
What's an obvious sign someone's American?
Right up her butt into your... What did your child's school do that made you say you can't be serious? My daughter's 6th grade teacher sent a note home explaining that my daughter was a compulsive liar who expected people to believe she was Korean when she was obviously not. In class, the teacher was discussing where the kids were born. When my daughter said she was born in South Korea, her teacher accused her of lying. My daughter got upset and insisted she wasn't a liar, explaining that her mom was in the army and she was indeed born in South Korea. The teacher told her to sit down and shut up, saying everyone could tell she wasn't Korean. The next day, I went into the school office and asked to speak to the teacher. The principal, upon seeing the note, decided to sit in on the conversation. The teacher said she was glad I came in and hoped that after this my daughter would learn not to lie. She explained the classroom discussion and stuck to her guns that my daughter was obviously not Korean and therefore a liar. After 30 minutes, we established that my daughter did not claim to be Korean, only that she had been born there. While the principal looked on slack-jawed, I explained that her father and I were both soldiers in the U.S. Army stationed in Korea when she was born, and that where you were born does not change the color of your skin. As I was leaving, the last thing I heard was the principal incredulously asking her, "You seriously didn't know Americans could be born overseas? What did your child's school..."
Warren. I just got an emergency alert on my phone that we have a tornado warning, and if you're outside, take shelter. Bible, take shelter. I don't even have any wind going right now. I hear you, Star. I'm coming. All right, Ducks. Good. Head inside, Ducks. That won't protect you from a tornado, but I don't see one coming, so head on in. There you go. We're gonna close up early tonight, Ducks. Bumbos? I see you, girl. Pants, you need to put your babies away. Heavy rains are coming, girl. Oh, I hear the rain. It's starting. Go to bed, Ducks. Go to bed, goats. Go to bed. Good night, Bert. Good night, Snowballs. I hear you. I'm coming. Coming. Stay inside, Striper. What are you doing? Come on now. There you go, get in your spot. Yeah, you're hungry. It is getting darker over there. Just got another. Hello.
So this is the food that Poncho came with. It is 99% treats. Would those be vegetables on your face? I'm not able to handle him yet. He doesn't want to step up. I offer my arm and my hand. He moves away. So come on here. There. I'm not able to handle him yet. He doesn't want to step up. I offer my arm and my hand. He moves away. So come on here. There. Oh, that's gorgeous. This is a hard reset for him. He's like not sure about the toys, the purges, any of it. So this space right here, this is all he knows, really. And he's just an amazing machine right now. Yeah. Think we know. Yeah. Good job. Yeah. Oh, good boy. Poncho, what did you just do? Poncho did his first step up out of the cage, and he got to come downstairs for the first.
Do dancers actually stand on their toes in point shoes? Or is it all an illusion? It's not a myth. Dancers actually stand on their toes in point shoes. Yes, these toes. So is it painful? Yeah. Is it easy? No. Can anyone do it? Absolutely not. That is not without training. So let's see what it looks like. Dancer feet are very complex. If I was standing in this point shoe right now, my foot should be this flat on the floor. But let's see what it would look like if I went up on my shoes. Again, this is what it would look like on a flat foot. This is not how it looks when you're in a point shoe. And that is a super big common misconception. It would look more like this. From the front, it would look something like this. If you're not a trained dancer, do not try this at home. So now that I've shown you without the shoes, let me show you with the shoes. Tie those dogs in. Safety first. Okay, let's do it. Remember, this is not over my toes, this is on top of my toes. And it looks like this. Try to imagine what that looked like before. It's the same in the shoe. Pretty cool, right? Now, if only they made invisible shoes. Do you?
The most unethical parenting hack you know. 1. Tell your kid that they snore in their sleep really often. That way you'll know if they're pretending to sleep because they'll fake snore. 2. If they lie to me, their tongue will turn purple. The hesitation when you ask them to show you their tongue if they've lied. Hack ruined when 3-year-old, youngest child, had them all sit in front of the mirror, tell lies, and check each other's tongues. 3. My kid went up 4 reading levels over COVID lockdown. Everyone thought I was really putting in a big effort with his reading. Truth is, I just turned on subtitles on the TV. 4. My nephew refused to vacuum, so I told him the thing about the vacuum sucking up ghosts. I said that vacuuming kept houses from getting haunted. That's why haunted houses are so dusty. 10 years later, he is still a neat freak and I feel responsible. 5. Saw this video on Instagram. When it's past their bedtime, Dad changes the language on the TV to Spanish. When the kids act confused, he says it must be because you're tired. 6. Ensure your kids won't bother you by telling them to wake you up in an hour so we can start cleaning the house. The most
This morning my toddlers requested cornflakes for breakfast, but we don't keep fast food in our house, so I decided to make them some. I milled corn flour and white flour separately, but mixed them all together and sprinkled in coconut sugar. I harvested early morning dew from my trees and added that in, making sure the ingredients were incorporated. Then I collected a piece of parchment paper that I had handmade and spooned my batter on top, making sure it was thinly spread out. It's supposed to look completely unappetizing at this point, so pop it in the oven as quickly as you can. Once the mixture has totally dehydrated, take it out of the oven and start breaking it into little cornflake pieces. While the cornflakes are baking a second time, get milk from your sheep, goat, or other domestic animal. My toddlers absolutely devoured this lukewarm cereal that tasted like oatmeal.
People who have come out of comas, what was the most jarring thing you learned to have happened while in a coma? After I had fallen off a scaffold that was 40 feet high, I had a major concussion. I was in a coma for almost 9 years, and when I woke up, it felt like I was out for longer than a night's worth of sleep. But I thought that maybe I was out for a few days. My head was pounding. I was really dizzy, and my throat was so dry. I reached up and felt my head, and when there was no bandages or wounds, I got so confused. Apparently, I started screaming frantically for the nurse. When the nurses got into the room, I demanded to be taken home. And that's when I found out I was paralyzed from the waist down. Also, my mother, my last remaining relative, died a couple of years before I woke up. I had been basically ward of the state, and the hospice place I was put in wasn't taking care of me very well. I had huge wounds on my back and heels, and I was so frail and thin, I looked like a human skeleton. I was very weak and helpless. My boss had felt bad and left me money in his will. Yep, he died too, about 3 weeks before I woke
Well,
up. While I was out,
nobody's on anymore, but I'm getting off, or if anybody wants to watch this later, I guess. Hope y'all enjoyed the live. It wasn't really anything big. I was just tired, but bye, guys.